Yeah.
What y'all want to start with that Golden State game? That series, Golden State and Houston.
In Houston,
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
That's
man.
your team. That's your team, Golden State. That's your pick.
Hey, I thought as long as and they did it without Jimmy, man, you know
Yeah.
I'm happy. They did it
Yeah.
without Jimmy. Now when
Mhm.
the game first started off, excuse me, and that guy Kaminga, he didn't look like he was going to be aggressive. You know, he was kind of shaky at first. Kaminga was, but you
Mhm.
know, Steph did his thing. You
That's
know,
the kid that's playing in place of Jimmy, right?
right? Yeah, yeah,
Get
yeah,
more minutes. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And so
Yeah.
Steph did his thing. Now I think they up 2-1 in that
Yeah.
series.
Are they
And
up 2-1 now?
Yes. Yep.
yeah, it's
Okay.
2-1.
I tell you what, man, Steph Curry, man, all he needed some space, man. I mean, he was hitting shots last night, right on time, right on schedule, and they was running him a lot of minutes, but he somehow, some way, I like when Steve Kerr took him out. Like I think it was sometime in the third. They
Mm-hmm.
took him out at a good time, but yet Golden State was still able to maintain their pace. They didn't get a long drop off, so it allowed him to rest, man, so he could have his legs down the stretch. But
Yeah.
Steph impressed me last night. He really did.
And
Yeah.
he still dropped 30.
Yeah.
I think it was 36, wasn't it?
Over 30, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
30,
yeah. It was
yeah,
like
36,
36, 38.
37,
Yeah.
36, 37, something like that.
Yeah. I was impressed with Steph. I was impressed with the referees letting them play, but I'm terribly disappointed. Houston, they've been getting all this hype all year. I'm not blown away by that team at all.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Houston is a young team, right? And
Yeah.
like we were saying before we came on, Houston, they don't have a half, they don't have a half court offense. Like as long as you allow Houston to run, get up and
Yeah.
down the court and use their athleticism, yeah, they dangerous. They could beat if Golden State let them play their game, then they'll beat Golden State.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, they are impressive defensively. Houston's a very good defensive team,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know the big boy, but he got a nice mid-range game. He had a
Yeah.
little bush. I thought they should have went to him a little more too, but
Yeah.
yeah, they good defensively, but that offense has no flow to it whatsoever, man. I tell you.
Yeah, because they don't. Yeah, so that's the next move for the guy. What's the guy named Idoka, the coach?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gonna have to find a way for them to get a half court game. Somebody with a mid range that can get them a bucket when they need it. Like and so that's the thing. Like with what's the team? With the Clippers?
Yeah.
They got what's the guy name? They got Kawhi. You know what I mean? So that's in the half court. He effective, but they need somebody in the half court who can be effective. And they right now they don't have anybody.
I thought what's his name? What's his name? Van Fleet.
Yeah, Van Fleet.
Yeah, I thought he played solid.
Yeah.
I think he could have stepped up and took a few more shots.
Yeah.
Because he's got that playoff experience. He got world champion cachet. I thought they could have leaned on him a little more too to try to make something happen on the perimeter. Yeah. But yeah.
So my Warriors coming through in that series. Now what y'all think about the Lakers and the Timberwolves? That series right there. What are they? I don't know. What is it? They down 2-1 or something.
It's 2-1.
2-1. Yeah, Minnesota's up 2-1. They stole one in LA, and then they beat them the other night this afternoon. They're if they can hold serve at home, you go up 3-1, man. They're putting the pressure on the Lakers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Today is crucial. Yeah, Minnesota get this game today. It's a wrap.
Yeah, I believe so. And Mike and I were talking before you jumped on, Clayton. Man, if they can hold Luka down, and Mike or I believe that LeBron can carry him all by himself.
Right.
So they hold Luka down, and let Ant be Ant, because Randall and
And what's the other boy?
and McDaniels.
McDaniels.
Yeah.
He's having a heck of a series.
They're playing great.
Yes.
In the playoffs. I've been underwhelmed at the beginning of the season with McDaniel's play, and Rudy's just a little too long in the tooth, and so it was all kind of on Ant, but now in the playoffs, man.
Yes. Julius Randle doing Julius Randle things right now.
Everyone's stepping up and playing off of Ant really well. I'm excited.
Yeah. I think
here's the thing. Across all the games I've watched, man, the refs have swallowed the whistle, and I love it.
Right. Yeah. Because
I think with that Minnesota series, it doesn't matter, because one night Luka goes off and they lose. Last night, the last game, LeBron went off, they lose. To me, as long as both of them don't go off, it doesn't matter which one go off, but as long as both, and then they're keeping a lot of pressure on them on the defense. Like Luka plays absolutely no D at all, like none. I seen Ant walk down right in his face, just pulling the three and then putting the three in his face, like Luka just looking at him. He just looking at him like, what am I supposed to do with that? So and I think LeBron is at a disadvantage. They got LeBron sliding to the 5 at times. See, I always thought not having a center was going to haunt them. So we just going to see how it play out. But
I think they trying to hide LeBron though, because LeBron defense, like they put him at the center because his defense, he can only play half court basketball anyway. So either you're gonna get a good effort out of him on the defensive end, or you're gonna get a good effort out of him at the offensive end. So they gotta. I think that's the guy. What's his name? JJ Redick is trying to hide. You can't hide 3 ball players. You got. Really, they don't have any outstanding defensive ball players on their team. I wouldn't think so.
But that's just interesting though. That they sliding him to the 5 like that. So you think they're doing it to hide him, huh?
Yeah, you gotta hide him.
No, but I guess because Rudy Gobert is not real offensive.
No,
he's not offensive minded. So you get him down there on him in the post.
Because one game they had Rudy trying to defend Luka, and Luka went off. So you can't, you're right. Like Luka gonna do what he gonna do against anybody anyway. So I guess I don't know what their take was behind.
They can't handle Julius Randle's physicality either.
No, they don't have nobody for Julius.
Not that physicality, man. He as long as the refs letting them play like that, man, he's a problem. He's a problem for them. So
y'all think you said today what?
Today is the day.
They gotta do it today.
Lakers' backs are against the wall.
That's crazy.
Now this other series is good though. This is tough. This 4-5 matchup between Denver and the Nuggets and the Clippers, man. That right there. It's probably most likely gonna go 7.
Think it's going 7?
Because and the reason why I think so is because like both of those teams, like you got the Joker, probably like some games if they fall behind, the Joker not gonna exert a lot of energy trying to catch up, and then you got the Clippers if they fall way behind against them, because you got these older guys and both teams trying to pace themselves and they trying to pick and choose their moments when they go back and forth with each other, So that's why I think it's gonna go 7.
I'm not a James Harden fan. But James Harden is due for a big game. He hasn't had one yet. He hasn't had one yet. And like I said, last night they were so evenly matched, but I think Harden is due to erupt, man. So
now traditionally, James Harden you know, he don't really show up big in the playoffs anyway. Traditionally,
Well, he'll give you a game. Or he'll give you he'll give you a
yeah,
game in the playoffs. He just don't win series.
yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna. Hey, he's due to erupt. I'm telling you, he's due.
I hope for the
He's due.
Clippers because they can't put everything on this guy back. You know, on Kawhi back, and then the same thing for the Joker. Like the Joker, he's not consistently getting no help from what's the guy name? Michael. I forgot his name. What's the guy name? The guy who shoot all the jumpers and stuff. But he's not really getting no consistent help from his teammates. The Joker is. So
well, last night they had. I think yesterday they had 5 players in double figures. I think
they did.
So they got some good scoring. They was in the teens. Yeah, I think they had Aaron Gordon had 14. Somebody had 17. You know, they had some balanced scoring. It's just Joker. He went off a little bit, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you know, you can get into the double figures, and then something, you know, and the Joker going to do, you know, he going to pull up the slack.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, I do think that series going to go 7 though.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Nah.
Who you think going to beat?
You think LA's gonna end it?
Yeah, I think so they tied 2-2 right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think the Clippers take the next 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, because they really could have won yesterday, to be honest with you. And if you look at every game, the Clippers could have easily won every game. And the games they won it more decisive than the ones that the Nuggets won. The Nuggets win, but it was overtime. They beat them in overtime. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
But when the Clippers won, they won flat out. And then last night they won off a missed shot. He caught it and dunked it in. You know what I mean? So I think the Clippers take the next 2. I really do. Yeah. Yep. Because sooner or later, Cinderella slipper fall off, you know? Yeah. And to me, that's how Denver then won them 2 games. You know, they done had a horseshoe in their butt, you know?
I've always said a 7-game series is definitely, you can't hide, right? You can squeak 1 or 2 out, but the better team is going to win in 7.
So like, who do you think out of these 2 teams then? Who do you think is like the better team then, Denver or the Clippers?
I think the Clippers
play better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the Clippers got the better coach too at this point. See, Denver, don't forget they just lost. They fired their coach. You know, it's different.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I ain't like them. Well, you got to say that Denver's doing pretty good then, considering what like the turmoil and stuff that they, you know, been going through in house. You know, coach and stuff like that, right? So, yeah, I mean, I like the Clippers too. I think it'll be to the Clippers' benefit to get it over as soon as possible, so they can get some rest. Because they going up against OKC next, because OKC, they got the Grizzlies out of there.
Man, they're just walking through the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
So that series over with now, though, right? OKC?
No, not yet.
They're just up 3-0.
Yeah, it's not yet. Yeah.
All right,
but I mean, that game yesterday, it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think OKC need to, I mean, not OKC, but the Grizzlies, do y'all think they really need to move on from Ja Morant?
No.
Y'all think so?
What? I mean, why do you say that?
Well, the talk is because like Ja they're limited to, number one, like where they think he can carry him. Number 2, they're talking about like his injury history, because he only played like about so far in his career like 50% of the games. So, you know, that's part of the argument for people that are saying that you should be able, you know, they're thinking about moving on from Ja Morant. Like his upside, like he's maxed out to what his upside is. As a matter of fact, his play has really declined, as you know, when you think about it.
Yeah. I can't. I don't necessarily agree with that. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think he's reached his potential at all. And I think they need to do a better job of building around him.
I was just gonna say
Yeah.
I haven't watched a lot of the Grizzlies this year at all. What I mean, what's their trajectory? It sounds like they just, like you said, they need to put a few more pieces around him to see what they can really do.
Yeah.
Well, now when you think about the how they perform, like their record without Ja Morant is the same as it is with Ja Morant.
I'm not sure they in the playoffs without Ja Morant, bro.
With the same record, you know what I mean? Like if they go 10-5 with him, then they go 10-5 without him.
Yeah, I mean, do they really have the same record without him?
Yeah. When you look
what's their record? What's their record with him without him?
Now I don't have it on me, but I was looking at some stats earlier. I don't have it right here, but this is just about the same. Not only did they say it this season, they said it last season. Like, you know, like, so because when he missed so many games, like the fall off was not really there, you know.
Well, I'll say this. I think with his ability, and especially the way he get downhill and the way he impact the game, he need a spot up shooter. You know what I'm saying? And he need some other pieces like around him, in my opinion. I would not move off that talent.
Yeah.
He's young. And as far as him missing a lot of the games, you got to remember he served a big time suspension. So yeah, he's gotten injured, but I don't think most of the missed games is all due to injury.
No, it's not. It's because of that. Yeah.
And I definitely would put pieces around him, space the floor out a little bit more, so he's not trying to do so much, and then that might keep him on the floor, less injury and stuff like that. He's just a talent, man, and that he's a generational talent, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I wouldn't move off that. I build around that kid, man. And he's not scared of the big moment. He clutch. I remember early in his career, man, he was just attacking people, man, down the stretch, game winners. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I was watching like some highlights and stuff like when that series when they went up against Golden State. He was giving Golden State that work, you know what I mean? He was just giving them that work.
He was.
Yeah, I think
a lot of people, you know, because of, you know, the media hype around his behavior and stuff like that. I like a lot of people kind of leaning into that. Let's move on from stuff like that. But it ain't too many guys in the league right now that I would take over Ja Morant, man.
But
No.
Yeah.
No. And he plays solid defense too.
Yeah. I mean, he come up with steals, he get rebounds and stuff like that. When he's in there, he's effective and he's very active on the defense.
And he's on attack mode. You just gotta get the right pieces, man. That GM gotta put something together.
Yep. Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's gonna be interesting to follow though, just to see what they do, whether they build around them or whether they try to move on from him. But I do. So do we all agree that OKC though is going to, you know?
Oh yeah.
Y'all don't got Ja coming back.
they're sleepwalking through that. They're winning easily.
Yeah.
I just don't think he got enough help to do nothing. Yeah. So,
exactly.
And you talking about OKC, their whole team is solid. They all play together. I know Shea is the star, but that whole team, man, he's got so much balance.
And defense.
Defense.
They're young and they're fast. They play both ends of the court.
Yep. So their whole team make commercials, man.
Yeah.
You got that starting five, you know.
And you know what else make OKC dangerous? Like we said earlier, they got a solid half court offense too. So if you don't allow them to run, they can still get buckets in the half.
Yeah.
You know, so that's
I mean, yeah. Shy's the key there too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, I said it all year. SGA is my MVP.
Is he?
Yeah.
I don't know. The Joker crept up in that thing, man.
Yeah. No. You're right.
He crept up. I know. I mean, the average 32 a game though. That's serious, and that's what Shea did, right? 32 a game. That's big time.
Yeah,
That's big time.
I got him as my MVP also.
Yeah, that's big time.
Yeah. All right, so let's go over to that East, right? And so you got the Cavaliers and the Heat.
Man, let's just look at the next round matchup for Cleveland.
He's got nothing. There's Thanks for playing.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, so then the Heat. All right, definitely the Cavaliers gonna move on from that.
Yeah.
Because of what they up 3-0, right?
Oh yeah.
And then so
won by 37 yesterday.
Yes. Resting your stars.
Yeah.
Who, the Heat resting their starters?
No, Cleveland.
Cavaliers. Cleveland resting their starters.
And
still won by 30.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, so the Cavaliers definitely gonna move. And so, all right, and this right here is a good one. You what's you got? The Pacers and Milwaukee, right?
And the Bucks. That's a good series. They play today, right?
Yeah, they playing today.
Is that series tied or is Indiana?
No, Indiana's up 2-1.
2-1. Yeah.
Indiana came in and punched him in the mouth a little bit, and I'm curious to see how Milwaukee responds. I mean, Giannis needs to show up.
Yeah, you're right, Jim. I think that Giannis needs to show up and be more assertive and put the team more so on his back, more so than because like Indiana don't have anybody. They're a good team, but they don't have anybody like close to Giannis's level. So he should be able to,
But wasn't they missing Dame for a couple games and then he came back and they won?
No.
Dame Lillard missed the first game.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, they got into a little word. Him and Tyrese Halliburton had some words, but Dame was in street clothes and they went back and forth a little bit. But I just think Milwaukee. I don't know. I think Giannis just needs some help, man. Like, I don't think he's playing bad. No.
He needs help, but I also think that Dame Lillard, because Dame Lillard only like what we spoke about this earlier, me and Jim. Dame Lillard probably like they list him at 6'2", but I got him probably like 6 feet, 5'11", 6 feet. And
he said 5'11".
Yeah, he's not really all that tall when you look at him.
5'11",
he under 6 feet. He under 6 feet.
Is he?
Yeah. I don't see him being 6 feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
But he's still a scorer, but he still fill it up though. But
when you get to the playoffs, the thing is about those smaller guards, Brunson, Lillard, it's harder for them to get their baskets. They got to work harder because you're going up against guys who are more athletic and have that reach. Dame Lillard, it's tough for him to score in the playoffs.
It shouldn't be for Dame because you got stuff out there that space the floor can make, give you some openness. Like you playing with Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, it shouldn't come that hard for Dame. Brunson, I could see, but not Dame.
Yeah.
Plus, Dame play off ball, doesn't he?
He do, but still, he it's when you got those, like I said, in the playoffs, defense just tighten up.
I'm sure of that, but I remember him in Portland. I remember him taking Portland all the way to the conference championship.
Yeah.
Dame, I don't know. I don't know, man. Dame, he built for this now. He built for this time of year now.
Well, we'll see, because this Halliburton dude just really seemed to really get up under him and really just make it hard for him to score, make it hard for him to operate.
Yeah, well,
I think they need Kyle Kuzma to step up a little.
Yes, on Milwaukee. Yes.
Yeah.
And you're right, Clayton. It's not all on Giannis, but yeah, they need to spread it out a little bit more and have Giannis be Giannis.
Yeah. Indiana too. They real balanced too. They balanced scoring team. It ain't all on Tyrese.
No. Yeah.
He distributes the ball real well. Plays good. And he long. He's a nice, big, long point guard. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, so that's what make it harder for the guards on Milwaukee to score because he got that length. And they play good defense. But yeah, so who y'all got coming out of between Indiana and
I had picked the Bucks, but I think this goes 7.
You think it goes 7?
Yeah.
If Milwaukee ties this up 2-2, Milwaukee gonna win the series.
Yeah. I got Milwaukee winning this series too. You know, just because, like I said, Giannis is that difference maker.
Yeah.
I just got Milwaukee winning it. So all right, look.
If they tie it up, but if Indiana take the game today, they're gonna win the series. Yeah, they win the series.
Yeah.
I'm not counting them out. Like I don't know who's gonna win today.
Yeah.
Well, playing in Milwaukee, you know, Milwaukee's they're gonna feel the pressure. But we'll see if they can stand up.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So they are playing in Milwaukee today, then.
Yeah, it's back in Milwaukee. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's look at the Knicks and the Pistons series, right? So now the Pistons did take one of those games.
Yeah.
I just think that the Pistons just really they not ready for this. I think they outclassed. You know, I think like their season is going to wind down pretty soon. I like Cade Cunningham though for the Pistons.
Yeah.
You know,
he had that great game in New York and they stole one. But yeah, I think you're right. I think the Knicks are just too much for them, and they're gonna spread it around. If Cat and Brunson share the offensive duties, but I don't see how they're gonna stop them.
Yeah. Cat one of those games was it the game that they stole with Cat act like he didn't even really show up. I think he took like 3 shots in the second half or something like that.
Yeah, he didn't show up. Yeah, he had a down game. I think it was the last game they played.
One of those games I know. I was like, man, it was crazy. I didn't understand what Cat was trying to do. So yeah, I know the most likely, the Knicks gonna move on from that one. What about the Celtics and the Magic, man? I think that's a no-brainer too.
Yeah.
You know, with the Celtics.
The Celtics are gonna.
I think the playoffs really heat up the next round.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been really excited about the quality of play in this round. I think it's just gonna get better.
Yeah, no doubt. Because like in the West, you got the potential. Like OKC, even if they play the Clippers, or if they play the Nuggets, that's going to be a good series. No matter who they get out of those two, that's going to be a good series.
Yeah.
And see, I can't. I don't know if Golden State going to be able to get past Houston. I ain't guaranteeing that, but and the Lakers.
What you mean you ain't guaranteeing that? What you mean?
I mean,
Come on, man. You told us Golden State coming out the West, bro.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go all the way, but I'm just saying if say like if all right, I'm thinking that the Lakers not gonna make it past Minnesota, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so all right, so if you got Minnesota and Golden State, I still would give it to Golden State. Yeah, I definitely would give it to Golden State because at both ends, you got a team in Golden State got that championship pedigree. Then on top of that, they play tough defense. They're not tough. They solid on defense. And I don't know, man. I think Ant-Man got to prove that he want this, Jack.
I hear what you're saying, but with the way that Randall and McDaniels and you got Naz Reid in there,
yes,
these guys are playing great offensively.
Yes,
and they're stepping in behind Ant and really filling the gaps offensively.
Yeah. Well,
it'll be a great series if they make it that far.
What they need to do though, what they need to do though, the Minnesota Timberwolves is just hurry up and get the Lakers out the way, and get so they can get that rest for that next round.
Yeah,
and that would be an advantage too.
And I don't know if Golden State would be able to match Minnesota's scoring output, like even with Jimmy Butler in the lineup. You know what I'm talking about? You got 4 guys out there pouring it in. And they shooting outstanding. Now, I didn't think they could keep up this pace from the 3 like they did. I thought that first night was an anomaly, but they've been shooting well from behind the arc throughout this series. They had 1 down game. I don't know, Mike. You're gonna need more than Steph. You might need more than Steph.
Yeah. Well,
and Jimmy Butler to beat Minnesota.
Yeah. But I mean, Steph and Jimmy Butler. If Jimmy Butler come back, at least you're gonna get that consistency from those two, from Steph and Jimmy Butler. You're gonna get that consistency from them two. So, but
you'll have Draymond. Draymond might give you luck on a good night. He might give you 12. You know what I'm saying? You need more score. I think they're gonna need more scoring. That's all I'm saying to beat Minnesota.
Yeah,
Golden State's gonna have to make it a very physical game.
For that, yeah.
And I'm here for that too.
Yeah,
that's the kind of ball I like to watch.
Yeah, make it real physical and slow them guys down, or you're gonna have to score.
Yeah,
but man, they getting so much scoring from their team. Sorry about that, fellas.
So look, in the West, what if it comes down in the West? What if it comes down to Golden State and the Clippers? That'll be a nice matchup. The Clippers and the Warriors. That would be a nice matchup. Because then you have Kawhi Leonard going against Steph Curry. You know what I mean? Both of these guys got that championship pedigree. You got 2 teams that solid at both ends of the court. I think that'll make for a good series too.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking.
I mean, once you get I was looking at the bracket, and I guess the Thunder have eliminated the Grizzlies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, they done.
Yeah, they did. For some reason, I was thinking it was 3-0, but yeah, they have eliminated the Grizzlies. So the Grizzlies are out, but the rest of the 7 teams, I mean, I see potential for any one of those to make it to the Western Finals.
To the finals,
to be honest. I mean, the Lakers are on their back foot right now. And if they win today and climb back in it, then we can see where that goes. But other than that, I mean, I see paths for any of those teams.
And
could there be a potential Minnesota OKC Western Conference Finals, or they would have to meet before?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're on opposite sides. Yeah.
That would be a great Western Conference Final. OKC, Minnesota.
That'd be a fast game, man. That'd be up and down.
Yes. That'd be must-watch television. Yes. I don't think you need that old guard in there. You know, I'm a big Clippers fan, but that matchup right there, that'd be something.
But see, I'm thinking that because of the way the old guard plays, I'm thinking that they have an advantage over these younger teams. Because they, you know what I mean, like when we look at Houston don't have a solid half court offense, right? Yeah. So they have a hard time scoring in the half court. Minnesota, how they scoring how do y'all think Minnesota fare up like in the half court? I think they solid in the half court.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're hot with they can run. Yeah, they run the floor. They got good half court sets because they playing off Ant distributing the ball well. Yeah. These guys, they do it all, man. They do it all. Yeah.
I don't
plus, Minnesota got pedigree, Mike. You got to remember, they was in the Western Conference Finals last year.
Yeah, they was.
They got pedigree. They might ain't make it to the finals, but they was in the Western Conference Finals.
I would be happy to eat my words.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning of the season, when I said that they took a step back, they're half the team they were without Cat.
Yeah,
man, I hope that make me eat my words. I'll be happy as a.
You know, sometimes when you get new pieces, it take time to gel.
Yeah,
you know, and it took maybe it took some time for Julius Randle and them guys to know how to play with each other. Stuff like that, because I swear right now,
they're popping.
He's having an outstanding series, man.
Randall.
Yes.
Yeah.
He really is.
So who do y'all think got the better end of that deal then? Do you think Minnesota got the better end of that deal or New York as far as like those
I
when they
think
move those?
it's turning out to be a win-win.
Yes.
To be honest.
As long as because I guess I agree with you. I think it is a win-win. You know, but it's not gonna be easy for Golden State to go through that West though.
No,
it ain't gonna be easy. You got
it's not gonna be it. Whoever comes out of the West is gonna be battle tested for sure. Yeah.
And but you know, I think every team out there is playing for second place.
You think the Celtics are gonna?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're the champs until you're not.
Man, come on, man. You know, as long as all them out there on the court, man, Porzingis, the Unicorn, Tatum, and man, they so deep.
Yeah.
They are so deep, man.
And they play tough defense.
Play tough defense.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard.
Everybody playing for second place, huh?
I don't see. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Only team that's really gonna challenge them is Cleveland. You know what I mean? Like put up any type of So you think they're gonna go through and sweep Cleveland too?
I don't know about sweep, but it ain't gonna be much of a challenge. I don't think it's going 7 and none of that. No. Man, Boston is legit, man.
Yeah.
They legit. They legit. As long as they got Porzingis and everybody can stay healthy, they legit.
That matchup nightmare.
Yeah.
You still got Al Horford out there doing shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's because of everything around him. It's no press, you know, you're getting some space. You know what I mean?
How serious was Tatum's injury? Anybody here?
Yeah, just a sprained wrist, like
Yeah.
It was a negative X-ray.
Okay.
So, you know, he day to day.
Yeah. I mean, he'll be ready by the next series.
He probably will play again in this series.
Yeah, but I mean, he'll be 100%. So,
he'll be back to form.
Yeah.
So look, now with the Celtics though, what makes them so dangerous too is that backcourt. You got what's the guy named Derek White, and then you got Drew Holiday. Their defense is just so disruptive to your offense.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the Cleveland Cavaliers, although, you know, throughout the regular season, you know, I mean, that was a good matchup in the regular season. But in the playoffs, I'm looking for that matchup, that backcourt matchup between those two teams.
Their star players, actually not even just their star players, even Derek White, all those guys are two-way players.
Yeah,
all of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
The whole team. And that's what I said. Derek White two-way, Drew Holiday two-way, but they make it so tough for you to score on that other end, man. That's just you know. Yeah. And so what's the guard name? Not Donovan Mitchell, but what's the guard for Cleveland name?
You got to.
I forgot his name. They got their work cut out for them though. When it's time, when they get to
gosh darn it,
when they get to Boston, they got their work cut out for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
That's gonna be real tough. Yeah.
But let me ask this. Let me ask y'all this. This women's college basketball. The young lady Fuwali. Did y'all hear that she's going to LSU? She's going to LSU.
Yeah.
So what do y'all think about that moving from South Carolina to LSU?
I mean, that's a good look for her.
Yeah, I think it's a good look for her.
I think it's a good look for her. Kim Mulkey, you know, she's a great coach. She's gonna allow that girl to, you know, more minutes. She's gonna let her play a game, you know.
I think so.
I think she will. Yeah. And that's gonna be good for Flage because Flage stayed. She didn't come out in the draft. And that girl, Michaela Williams, they got more, man. That's scoring, man. LSU gonna be a juggernaut.
Yeah, I think that's a good move for her.
The rich get richer.
Yeah.
Well, I think for Wiley too, because wasn't no guarantee that she was even going to start this year because they had brought that young lady from NC State.
Yep, lead score. Yep, Latson. But I'm gonna say this about Latson. I'm not sure if that's a great move for her because Dawn Staley and the way she run her team, she ain't gonna get as many shots. She ain't gonna score as much like she did at Florida State.
Yeah, but yeah. I think. Do you think though that South Carolina needed somebody who was more offensive minded though? Because like they did have balance and they had a lot of nights they had young ladies, like most of their team was, you know, like in double figures, but sometimes you need like that one person who is just like, you know, that's what they do. They score. That's, you know.
But they had offensive. What Pow was very offensive minded. She score and fill it up. You know, Fuwali could have done that. I think it's Dawn Staley's style, man, more than anything.
You think it's her style?
Yep. I think it's her style. I think when she get this girl in, yeah, it's like she runs her program a certain way. And yeah, they move that basketball around, they share the ball. Yeah, her scoring coming down. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, I think this young lady scoring is gonna come down too.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that won't be a great piece for South Carolina. I'm just saying this young lady's numbers. She's going to sacrifice her numbers, her offensive output a little bit. But yeah, and I don't know if she's the type that need to be in rhythm. You know, if she's a person that don't need to be in rhythm and just can score like that, that's great because now down the stretch you need a clutch basket. You got this girl. You know she's a scorer. You know, you can have somebody to, you know, take you over the top sometimes in them nip and tuck games.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I have to see how it gel. But that girl can ball though. That's for sure.
So who's the favorite now for next year?
Shit, I got it. Go ahead.
What'd you say, Clay?
I got UCLA.
You like UCLA?
Yes. I do. I like UCLA. They returning everybody and they adding stuff. They were so close this year. I like them.
Yeah.
I think Gino just reloaded up there in Connecticut, man. That what's that young lady, Sarah Strong?
Yeah, she's solid.
Yeah,
she's
and then you got what's AZ Fudge?
Yeah, she stayed.
Right.
She stayed. Mm-hmm.
You know, I think they just reloaded, man.
Mm-hmm.
They just reloaded.
Yeah. Which is interesting because on the men's side with the portal and NIL, it seems like every year it's somebody new, and on the women's side, it's the same 4 or 5 teams.
Yeah.
And they just keep trading back and forth. You know which stars are going to go to those 4 or 5 teams.
Yeah. Where did Olivia Miles go?
Oh, where did she go?
Huh? She went to a team in Texas.
Yeah.
She went to Texas.
Did she go to Texas?
Somewhere in Texas, I thought she went. TCU, I think.
Oh, okay.
TCU.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it TCU?
It is. It is.
Yeah, so it's TCU. Okay. I don't know. What y'all think about that move? Do y'all think that's a lateral move or what? Yeah.
Yeah, TCU's good.
Yeah, they good.
And the Irish were good. So yeah.
And I think Olivia Miles left for personal reasons.
Yeah.
I don't think it was about a better program per se. So it probably was more lateral in a sense. But that's gonna be interesting too.
What's up?
But
What's up?
There's E-Man.
What's going on, man?
What's going on, gentlemen? How is your day going?
What's the score right now?
Right now, yo, you don't want to know, but we're having a good time. We're having a great time right now.
Yeah.
Little windy out here in Baltimore, but we are having a great time.
That's what's up.
So, I don't know what y'all topic is about because I just chimed in, but let me introduce y'all to my golfing buddy. Gentlemen, this is my this podcast right here. They talking sports right here.
What's up?
You know,
what's up, fella?
we're out on the golf course. Black Hawk horse. Jesus. Black Horse.
How much you know he drank?
Playing golf right now, having a great time.
Yeah.
How you guys doing right now?
Man,
Pretty
we
good.
We're
Good,
good.
man.
That's great. That is great.
Yeah.
How the fans? How are you guys doing? Got to see some responses going on right now.
Hey,
But I don't know what topics y'all talking about. I just wanted to check in real quick with you guys and let you know that I do play golf. Not good, but I do play.
We know, bro.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, yeah.
Hey guys, hey, one love. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys, and I'll be on the Saturday show.
All right,
man,
peace, bro.
appreciate
I'll let you
chiming
know
in.
what the final score is, okay?
Hey, man, I don't want nothing higher than a 90.
Hey, exactly. Exactly. But it ain't looking at already lost. Hey, I'm on the fifth hole and I lost 6 balls already.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
So, you know,
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
but it's
starting.
great. Hey,
Season
having
just
a great time at it, though,
All
gentlemen.
right, man.
Hey, man,
I
we're gonna need a
appreciate
couple
you.
hole in ones, Jack, to get up there to that. You know what I mean? To keep that
I know.
score
Hey,
down.
exactly. You know. All right,
Yeah.
guys.
All
I'm
right,
logging
man.
out.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He gonna need a couple hole in ones, Jack, to keep
But
it
no,
under that 90,
his
Jack.
round done. He probably shoot like a 120 or so. He probably shoot something ridiculous.
Oh yeah, yeah. Something crazy.
You know,
Mhm.
there's three types of stories that you got to take with a grain of salt:
Mhm.
women, fishing, and golf.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. That's
yeah,
crazy. Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting. I'm ready for this W season, man.
yeah. I'm
Yeah,
ready.
It's right
too.
here. May. It's right here.
I
Yeah,
got
it is.
we got our tickets for the Minnesota Lynx Indiana Fever
Okay.
day before my birthday. We're gonna be
Okay.
up in Minnesota. I'm gonna be
Okay.
wearing my Nafisa jersey, and Brenda's
Okay.
gonna be wearing the Clark jersey. Man, we're
Yeah,
gonna have lots of fun.
Okay.
yeah.
That's
Nafisa
what's up.
Cloud.
I still ain't got my seat for this May 28th game down the arena.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because I don't want to go. I don't want to just go. I want to get on the floor.
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, yeah, it's a little pricey, but
Oh, it is. Those seats are pricey. I guess so now because you got Caitlin Clark.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. You know they're gonna be pricey on the even. I mean, it might not be as much as it is in some of the other arenas, but you know it's gonna cost a pretty penny, man.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to just be there. I want to be on the floor. I gotta yell some obscenities, you know.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up,
But
man.
it's 2 games there, so one of them games. If I can't make the 28th, they got one in September. But I'm
Okay.
waiting on G-Day. G-Day out the country. He in Nigeria. But I was trying to get him to work on that for me. But he in Nigeria right now. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't know. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this season. You know,
Mm.
watch the first couple of games and see how it goes. You know, see if it holds my attention. You know.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing,
Yeah.
seeing the season 2. But
Yeah.
let me ask y'all, did y'all hear about the report of Michael Jordan,
What?
highest paid athlete of all time? He at $4.15 billion.
No, I didn't. You just
That's
tell
his,
him.
that's his net worth.
No, that's like he's the highest paid. That's like his earnings.
A
like
year?
his
Damn.
no,
the
not
money,
year.
the money he's generated over a
Yeah,
career.
yeah.
Okay.
1.5 billion. That's his earnings are,
What was it? What was it?
$4.15 billion.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, it don't surprise me. Yeah.
yeah, man.
He's always been shrewd on the marketing side of things.
Yeah, man. I mean, every time. Let me give y'all the list of the top 10, right?
Mhm.
So you got let me see. You got Mike at number 1 with 4.1 billion. Then you got Tiger at number 2 with 2.79 billion. Cristiano Ronaldo is at number 3 with 2.23 billion. Ronaldo, what is Ronaldo? Is he a soccer player?
Yes.
Cristiano Ronaldo? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. And then you got LeBron James coming in at number 4 with 1.88 billion. Lionel Messi coming in at number 5. He got 1.85 billion. Arnold Palmer got 1.82 billion. Jack Nicklaus, he got 1.75 billion. Then you got David Beckham, 1.61 billion. Roger Federer, 1.59 billion. Floyd Mayweather, number 10, with 1.52 billion, right? So,
what's the story with him?
With Floyd?
Yeah.
A lot of people, it's a speculation that Floyd is he like overspending and he really broke.
That's what I've been seeing him make. He made a video showing his watches and like almost like he's trying to counter this rumor that's out or something.
Yeah. So yeah,
it's crazy.
It's a lot of speculation that because the way he lived extravagantly and he buys a lot of, like you say, like watches and stuff like that, things that depreciate instead of appreciate, And so he also had a video or some pictures of him saying that he bought some property in New York. So like some investment property in New York, but
then I saw something where that wasn't supposed to be true or something.
Yeah. Somebody counted.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy.
I mean, the wealth of famous boxers is a story as old as time.
Yeah, I mean, because of the way like some people live, they just spend.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But break that down a little bit. What you mean, Jim? Break that down a little bit for me.
Every superstar in the last 30, 40 years, every superstar boxer, by the time they're at the end, Tyson,
Ali,
Frazier, just a lot of these guys
broke when it's down to the end.
They're the amount of money they made versus what they have, their value is disproportionate.
I got you.
Yeah.
It
just, I mean, who is the cat from Latin America?
You talking about
Oscar De La Hoya?
No. The cat that Sugar Ray fought.
Roberto Duran.
Roberto Duran. Yeah. Same thing. Yeah.
And see, I'm thinking that those purses and a lot of that money they make, they're not really getting that. It's like it's after everything gets said and done, they're not left with as much people as the money as the public think.
Yeah.
Especially Ali.
That's what the team makes, right?
Yes.
Big teams.
Yes. So a lot of that stuff it's not embellished, but it's not that's how much they got.
Yeah, they don't give you the full story.
Right.
Well, let me ask y'all this then. Do y'all think it's unfair for them to publish what athletes and entertainers make? Do y'all think it's unfair for them to publish that, make that stuff public?
What do you mean by unfair?
Yeah.
If don't nobody for business people who in business, a lot of times you don't get that, but like for entertainers and actors, like if I'm working at a convenience store, they don't be like, Mike only making $8 an hour. You know what I mean? They don't make it public for everybody else. It's just for athletes and entertainers. But most athletes people keep that stuff.
Yeah, athletes have big egos and they don't mind. That kind of feeds their ego as well, right?
I think a lot of them don't know. They don't know any better either, though. That's the type of information that you don't want out there. Whether it's true or not. You don't want people to think that you're sitting on $1.5 billion.
Well, also though, Mike, Forbes comes out with a list all the time. Forbes, Riches. And a lot of business people find themselves in that article and on those lists, and their wealth and their net worth and all that is being disclosed to the public too. But the difference is with entertainers and athletes and stuff, the general public is so intrigued and so captivated, and they idolize these things. So, you know, we pay a lot of attention to that, and that's sells the story. But you can find out different CEOs and different people like that, what their value is too, if you follow it in business terms.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, you have to go digging if you want to know, like, you know, what different CEOs make. You know, you definitely have to dig for that information.
Well, if you follow the Wall Street Journal, if you buy these forums, man, if you buy this kind of stuff, if this is your interest, it's right there for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just that athletes and stuff are so pop culture that mainstream media, everybody reports on that because that's what moves the needle. That's what, you know what I mean? That's what the general public is infatuated with, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I hear you though. But I don't know why that is. Like, why it's so public. I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking that maybe because the general public buys the tickets, supports the sport. Maybe they disclose these things because the general public is so vested in it.
Well, and a lot of this stuff has to do with transparency too, right?
Yeah.
So when you're for the major sports, the league's got to keep track of salary caps, and there's a whole accounting system involved. So when it comes to the salaries, a lot of that just has to do with transparencies. And the same thing kind of applies to a lot of these public companies that are
publicly
traded companies.
Yeah.
So there's a whole system of transparency that you know, because of the Enrons and a lot of those things that have happened in the past, a lot of these financial things are publicly available through the SEC filings. And so all that means is it's easy for reporters to go out there and see, okay, here's what marketing paid to this athlete for this marketing campaign or this shoe deal or whatever, right? So just from a transparency perspective, it's easy for reporters to do a little bit of digging, go out, find the information, and provide it.
But it's almost like in these sports leagues, though, they're actually making it part of the narrative. They're feeding. So, you know, so many reporters cover the team. So these things, it's almost like they feeding the public this stuff. And you know, another thing about it, one thing about every institution, they do like to recruit people for their institution, even sports and entertainment. So you got to have success stories to keep the general public to become that in the future, to keep your league going. So I can see a lot of that too is for recruitment and advertising purposes to keep kids dreaming about becoming that at some point.
Well,
and let's be honest, in our society, in our culture, how much money you have is a symbol of your worth.
Or success.
It's success, right? That's not how I live my life, but that's the way the culture has been created in our media society.
And so even with even in, like you said, almost anything, like, so if you advertising, well, say if you sell real estate and somebody see, you know, they be like, well, how much do you make as a realtor? You know what I mean? Like, and so people use that type of information to sell it, you know, they sell their success. And so if you're successful, then you might be able to help me to be successful. So so I guess y'all right, it's just a part of the culture. People want to know how much you make no matter what you do, selling real estate. They want to know what you do on YouTube. People like, hey man.
I mean, anytime you got people out there debating on somebody else's money they earn based on their views, you know, because they was trying to chop that Shannon Sharp Cat Williams thing up. So many different platforms was debating over how much he made off that. Crazy, man.
And so that was the thing about Shannon Sharp, and what's that guy named Vlad Vlad was like, because Shannon Sharp had says he alluded to how much he had made it, and Vlad was like, no, he couldn't possibly have made that much money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that went on for a minute right there.
Yeah, they did. That's crazy.
Yeah, that went on for a minute.
Yep. So,
yeah, man, I don't really have too much to. Man, I'm still tired from yesterday, Jack.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, who are your guys' winners in the draft? Who do you think won the draft?
Yeah, I can't.
I think the Raiders knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, you think the Raiders did.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. A lot of people seem to think New England. What do you think about New England? Like the Patriots, they seem to think the Patriots got a lot better, and they made some, some wise moves too. So
they did well. They moved the needle a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I heard the Raiders did well. I mean, I heard the Patriots did well, the Raiders, but I think the Giants did well too.
Right, yeah.
No, the Giants did well. So, but I didn't follow everybody's draft.
Yeah.
And this is the time of year I miss my dad, because my dad would have been calling me about the Ravens draft and the picks and stuff like that. Yeah, I missed him. Yeah, I wanted to talk to him this morning, to be honest, about the draft.
Yeah.
Because he stay on that. Whatever moves the Ravens make, he on. But
I'll say this, Clayton, because I for different reasons I miss my mom, but I still talk to her.
Yeah, no doubt. I talk to him. Definitely. I know what you mean. Yeah, that's real. Yeah. But yeah, man, I don't know. I guess I might look into it to see what teams did what, like who did the best stuff. But to me, as long as you address your needs, I noticed a lot of teams was getting defensive tackles this year. A lot of teams were.
A lot of teams.
Yeah. That's the trend now. Yeah, especially with what Jalen Carter did for Philly and what Chris Jones does for Kansas City. So I saw a lot of teams doing that. Getting edge rush. I was surprised the Ravens got an edge rusher, but they needed one. I don't know how good this kid's gonna be.
Yeah, I can say they definitely need,
They need an edge rusher. So yeah, man.
Now the Ravens had a tradition of drafting for drafting the best player on the board instead of sometimes addressing their needs.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. It seemed to work for them.
I think a lot of the teams, I think most of the teams now, the way I was looking at the draft and looking at what their needs were, it felt like everybody was we don't care about who's the best player. We're addressing needs.
Mm-hmm.
And I think and you were talking about edge rushers, and it stuck out that the Cowboys second round they picked that kid Marshall Nealand out of Western Michigan, that edge rusher. Man, it's like I think the Cowboys are going to be pretty solid on defense.
Yeah.
It just seemed like everybody was focused on filling the big gaps, and man, I'm looking forward to the AFC West battles and seeing Ashton Genty be running over folks. Yeah.
That little dude, man, he low to the ground, big legs, man. Yeah, he's nice.
Fast, powerful.
Yep. So, but I don't know if any stars are really, really going to emerge out of this draft. I think this draft was kind of lackluster.
Yeah.
We'll see how Cam Ward transitions.
Yeah. And I didn't know, you guys told me this, Joe Flacco in Cleveland again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not Pickens.
I think
it's not Kenny Pickens.
I think they got 5 though, Clayton.
They got 5.
They got 5 quarterbacks in Cleveland.
So is Kenny Pickens there too?
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
Flacco, Pickens, the 2 they drafted, and who was the other cat that?
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got 5. I think, but so look, that's what I'm saying. So how does that
Deshaun Watson's still under contract there.
Yeah,
that's right.
So Well, it'll probably be 4 by the time, they get like halfway through training camp or get into training camp. It'll probably go down to, I think they're going to separate themselves from Deshaun Watson. I think he out.
I think they're trying to find a way to move on away from him too. But this going to be interesting because, like I said before, once you pay, because I know they had to pay Joe something to get him in camp to sign him. Might not have been huge, but it's going to be something.
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett's going to get something. So, you know what I mean? Like,
they going to pay him. He not
they
like
don't
be volunteer or nothing.
Yeah, and they going to play. And Joe already got chemistry with some of those guys.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting, man. Yeah. And from my understanding, Nick Chubb is not with them right now.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that. I thought Chubb
right now, he's out there on the market. Like, he wanted to have a Cleveland Brown reunion, but I read yesterday that didn't go. He's not with the team right now. So I'm interested to see what they do there.
Yeah. I think Cleveland got a lot of talent. It have to be like management and coaching and stuff. But they got a lot of talent, Cleveland.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I just think it was
quarterback. They needed a quarterback.
That situation. But I think with the Flacco deal, they could have went further. I think Kevin, what's his last name? Yeah. I think he got too pass happy with Joe Arm. Yeah. In the playoffs, they should have dialed it back some. You got to rely on that run game a little bit more and play. I think they could have went further. So I do put a lot of that on him when they lost to Houston. Yeah, I do put a lot of that on him. So he got happy with that.
Yeah,
he was just letting Joe.
He hit something with that.
Well, he did, but he was just letting Joe fling that thing all over the yard. Joe got a big arm and make big throws. He ain't scared to throw, but you got to keep his throws down around 30. You don't want him throwing close to 40. Well, 30 ain't bad for him, but 40, he was throwing 35 to 40 times a game. Yeah, that's too much. That's way too much.
That's too much.
So, I think it was the coaching a little bit. That's why I said I think he a little bit on the warm seat,
Yeah.
Too much talent. Yeah. But it's going to be interesting. How them Vikings do for you, Jim?
They did great in they made some good moves in free agency. They had a mediocre draft.
Okay.
Yeah, mediocre. Okay. They didn't fail, but their GM, I forget what his name is. That's drafting's not his strong suit, but they made some good. They made some good defensive and offensive line free agent moves.
Another big win in the draft was Green Bay.
Oh yeah.
Packers. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got that one wide receiver. Why can't I think of his name?
Mm-hmm.
They upgraded.
They're gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Green Bay gonna be a problem, Jim.
They always are. Come on,
man. They really gonna be a problem.
they're the bane of my existence.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. What's the status on the quarterback?
Oh, he's
JJ.
JJ's looking good. I mean, I think they're all in on JJ. That's the plan.
Right.
Yeah.
Are they talking about how close he is to playing this year?
Yeah. That's the plan. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. He's everything I've heard so far. He's
okay.
He's got the weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Get that solid line. Get him some defensive help. Keep him off the field.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the other guys off the field is what I'm saying. And they'll be if they can keep they keep moving the ball down the field with those speedsters, and they picked up that kid from where was he from? That they picked up a wide receiver in the draft. I'm like, why are you picking up a wide receiver? But it's some kid that runs like a 4.3. Gosh darn, I can't remember his name. But yeah, so you got another speedster.
That's why you picked him up. Man.
That downfield kid. So a Tyreek type.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll be hearing news. We'll be hearing news in a couple of weeks coming out of the rookie OTAs and all that shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's coming up fast too.
Yeah, yes, it is. Yes, it is. So
it's coming up fast.
Yeah. So, Minnesota today. The Lakers done. Minnesota. The Timberwolves.
Yep.
Yeah.
Going with them today. The Timberwolves. And I'm gonna watch that game.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to get started.
3:30 Eastern.
You said 2 of them?
2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern.
Oh yeah, at 3 o'clock. Yeah. So that's what's up, fellas.
Yeah. All right, fellas. Yeah, man. I guess I'll talk to y'all next Saturday at 1 p.m. Appreciate everybody who tuned in. Make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, we can ready to get out of here and watch some
basketball.
Playoff basketball.
Yeah.
So,
y'all enjoy the games, man.
Yeah, y'all too, man. Yeah, enjoy the games.
And be easy on that group text. I be sleeping. I'm just messing with you. I have a good one.
I get a little excited. And I
like it, John. I like it, John. Because you always coming with something. You get them going, man. So
yeah, no doubt.
Jim be like, I'm loving this, Jim. I hit you with that. He said, that's what's up, man. You're a true sports guy, Jim. You're a real true. Boy, you're a true sports guy. Yeah. All right. Y'all take it easy.
All right, fellas.
All right, later.